Hey, welcome back everybody, my name is Luke and this is my review for Hot Tub Time Machine 2. So Hot Tub Time Machine 2 is definitely and obviously the sequel to Hot Tub Time Machine, which was released in 2010, and that film starred John Cusack, Craig Robinson, Rob Corddry, and of course Clark Duke, and I actually never got to see that movie, just kind of went right by my radar. I knew a little bit about it, I heard that it was kind of funny, but I just really never got a chance to watch it. So I went into Hot Tub Time Machine 2 not really knowing much about the characters or the story or how the hot tub even works, and I gotta say that because of that I was kind of really lost in this movie. And that's not the only reason I was lost. I was also lost in this movie because the story is not cohesive whatsoever and it really doesn't make a lot of sense. But before I get into my actual review, I just have a couple of notifications to shoot out there. First of all, this movie has a lot of red flags. For one, John Cusack was not reprising his role for this movie, and I think he was probably the main character, the main focus of the first movie for the most part. And also, this movie was supposed to come out, I think, on Christmas of 2014, so about a month or two ago, but it actually got pushed back into this February spot. So those are two things that aren't looking too hot for this movie, and I gotta say, it was a pretty bad movie. Now, I said that the story just doesn't make a lot of sense. It's really messy, and it almost just feels like a string of skits that they put together, and then they loosely tied it all together to make this, like, crappy Christmas bow, and it really just didn't work. And also, this movie deals a lot with time travel, and they totally mess it up in this movie. You know, we have movies like X-Men Days of Future Past, and The Terminator, where they do it just flawlessly, and everything makes sense, and the plot holes are very minimal, but you watch a movie like Hot Tub Time Machine 2, and there are plot holes galore, and I mean it, and the story just didn't work. I never understood what anyone actually was doing, and some of the characters really weren't likable. Rob Corddry's character, for example, I don't know how he acted in the first one, but his character was not likable in this movie at all. All the other characters kept calling him a dick, and that's really what he was. There wasn't much likable about him. He was trying too hard to be funny, I thought, for the most part, and I just really didn't think it worked very well. Clark Duke, I think he's a likable actor. You don't really get to see him in a lot. He's the younger guy in the group, and yeah, I liked him. He had some funny moments. Everybody kind of had their funny little moments. Craig Robinson can always, like, you know, throw in a nice little joke here and there, but I think that the new addition of Adam Scott was the best thing going for this movie, because I personally have never been a big fan of John Cusack, so seeing that Adam Scott was kind of replacing him, I thought that was okay because I like Adam Scott, and I think he had the funniest moments in this movie. It's just that the jokes in this movie are used over and over and over again. You hear that song in the trailer where Craig Robinson and Rob Corddry are singing to Clark Duke about being a nerd, and they literally do that like 4 times in this 90-minute movie. It's crazy. It's incredibly annoying. I just thought that Hot Tub Time Machine 2 was just a really messy, a really just kind of repetitive movie that just was not that enjoyable. I could sit through it, and it wasn't boring or anything. It was only 90 minutes long, so the runtime wasn't dragging too much, but it just was really messy and really sloppily done, and I just don't think that it's a very good movie. If I did watch the first Hot Tub Time Machine sometime, and I think I probably will, because I heard that movie's okay, if I watch that one, maybe I'll want to watch the second one again to see if it makes more sense for me, because like I said, I was really confused in the second one because I didn't know anything about the characters, so I would maybe go back and watch Hot Tub Time Machine 2 someday after seeing the first one, but odds are I probably wouldn't. So that's my review. I'm going to give Hot Tub Time Machine 2 1.5 out of 5 stars. It was really just not a good movie. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good. So this is Luke signing off. Please subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later.